we go. You are a mess. Look at me when I brush my teeth. Nothing. Nothing goes here. How would you get it all over your mouth? Julie organised a home massage last night, so I'm still covered in oil and we don't have any towels to wash ourselves, but I can feel all the oil on the skin.
But they're at the laundry.
Oh, that's what I mean, like we don't have them with us. Okay, time for my morning matcha. I've started having matcha since Japan. I either have it hot or cold, but I'll have a cold one today. It's actually really nice. Alright, I'll set you up here. Oat milk, matcha latte. Unreal.
I don't like having matcha on an empty stomach, so sorry, it's too early.
Right, so what's going on is we are doing, well I am doing, well we're
So
both
am
doing.
I.
Yeah, we're both doing our, what's it called, Julie?
What?
I thought it was a Transformers for Pilate, but it's not, is it?
We're doing Reformer Pilates. I've been doing it the past week. This is Daniel's first day. I can't believe I convinced you to do this.
I know, because she was coming home saying how hard it was. I was like, oh, is it really that tough? And she's like, right, I'm going to book you a Gluteformer class in the morning. So that's what we're doing now. I'm going out to try it and see how we get on. Oh my God. Julie, what is this thing?
You're gonna get lost. You just look to the person next to you. We'll take you around.
Lovely. Thank you. Cheers. Oh, jeez, I'm spasm.
Pilates is not easy.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Shaking. 2 and 1. Oh. It's tough. My abs are burning. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. I'm dripping in sweat, Julie. I apologise to Julie for saying Pilates are easy. I take it all back. That was very, very tough. But tomorrow we're going to be doing another class for all levels, and it's going to be a mixture of lower body and upper body. So Julie booked me in for that as well, just so I get a grasp of the lower body stuff and the full body stuff. But after it, I was shaking like mad for ages. I kept getting muscle spasms along my quads and inside my thighs. I just couldn't stop. I was sitting down and I was shaking. It looked like I was excited or something. It was so weird. But Julie's having a nap. We're going to go wake her up now and we're going to do some sunbathing, go to the beach, and yeah, I'll just go in and get her now. I think I gave her about 20 minutes to nap, so we're going to wake her up. Time to wake up, Julie. Wake up.
I'm up now. Look, I'm stretching.
Stop being a bum and get out of bed. Now.
I've taken bed for the day.
I'm just going to annoy you till you get up. How do you think I done in the Pilates today, Julie?
I think you put in a great effort. Did you tell them you were shaking after?
Yeah.
I think you put in a good effort. And me as well.
Julie got really tired during it because she had no food.
The thing about me is if I do work out with no food, I find it really hard. Really hard. And today was the first day I've done it with no food and I found it really hard. We're doing another class tomorrow though, and I'm going to eat beforehand and you'll see the difference. I'm like speedy.
Mama, I need your puppy. Beach time.
We're going to go get tan because I actually haven't went tanning in like a month. We were in Japan, we were just in cities, and since we came here, we've been just busy. Also, our villa doesn't really get much sunlight. As you can see with our pool, it's pretty shaded. Yeah, you can't tan here.
Look at this for a spot. Absolutely beautiful.
I got this new beach mat as well. It's quite nice. Got it for €4. This beach is always really windy.
Every beach is windy.
Yeah, but this one is like always like this.
Yeah.
Like do you always know there's a sand in your face when you're home?
All right, put it down.
Would you swim in that, or you?
I might have a quick dip, but I'm not really pushed.
Yeah.
Oh, this is lovely now.
Time to tan. Get some vitamin D.
So we actually don't know the name of this beach. We always drive about maybe 10 minutes past Canggu and then take a left-hand turn down, and you'll find beaches like this, nobody on them, and yeah, they're lovely.
Daniel is running on the beach, which is actually quite hard when you're running. Hey, Daniel. He's getting his sweat on. I don't think I'm getting a tan here. I don't feel that sizzle that you get when you're tanning. Bali is not as hot as other places we've been to, but you still get a tan. It's like 24 to 26 degrees.
Where's the finish line?
Here.
1 kilometer in the bag. I need to go in the water, watch.
Go, go, go.
The only reason I go in the water, I need to wee.
I wish I could do that too. But I'm scared. You'll see Daniel doing a wee now. You'll see how he tries to hide it, what stance he does. Oh, he's not doing it yet, of course. Oh, that's him going for a wee. There we go. How disgusting. That is sick. This is what I have to put up with. This is gross. It's going all up his back and all up his arms. Now he's all piss. Daniel, be careful. These waves here are really strong. That's why there's no one else swimming here. I'm just afraid. Look at him. I'd actually be afraid in there anyways. It would just pull you in. It's like a riptide in there.
My legs are a bit sore this morning, not gonna lie. I woke up and my hips were tight, but really get stretched out now.
You did a gym class this morning. I don't know how.
High rocks.
Yeah.
I'm a changed man. I'm on the way to become the fittest man in Bali. That's my goal.
Let's see.
27.
I should be at the prime of my fitness.
That's what I was
Is that what
telling
you're gonna say?
Yes, I'm 27. I should be at the prime of my athletic body, whatever it should look like. No, my athletic prime.
He told me this a few times. That's how I know.
Yeah, so that's what we're here for. We're going to get fit.
Daniel left the battery on our bike and now it's dead. We're gonna be late for our class.
Wait, it might work. One sec.
We've 20 minutes to get there and the traffic here is crazy.
Come on.
Are you serious?
I think I could have left it on.
You always leave the lights on.
This is the first time it ever happened.
I always, yeah, even yesterday we viewed the villa, it was on. What are you doing?
Typical.
So, the bike is fully dead and we have to get a taxi. This is the taxi in Bali. Big excelsior amount. Big belly spending
Oh, Jesus.
Lie back down on your back.
Feeling the burn, Julie.
For another 3 more reps.
Oh, yeah. This is tough. Than yesterday.
Another 5. Nice. Four more. Yes.
My leg is gone.
Last 3.
I'm done on that leg.
Yeah. Now you're going to pulse.
Oh, jeez. We'll just a little break. We'll have a little break.
Let's go.
Ah,
A little left, a little lower.
Oh, Jesus.
Pulses for 5.
pull me quad.
And 3.
Hell.
Yep.
You okay?
Okay.
I feel that.
Three, 2, 1, and arm goes up. Head.
Jesus Christ.
My arms are weak.
Right.
I can't do it.
Okay. Another 4.
Oh, Julie. That was tough. The arm stuff was tough, like here.
So I told you, I find it hard. Here is like,
Even the stairs. My legs.
I really want you to do a sweat former.
Ah, will you go away? I have enough done now. Oh, we go for some, get some recovery now, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna go to an ice bath now and recover.
Get some badly needed recovery.
Do you feel good though?
Oh yeah, that was good. Like the stretching there at the end, I've never had that
Really?
movement. Yeah.
There's a class here called Stretch Mobility and it's just pure stretching.
I do that, yeah.
You feel light. Anytime I finish it, I feel lighter, like I'm walking out floating.
Yeah.
Everything is done.
I do that, yeah, because I know I need flexibility. But
You need it.
I know.
Thank you, Danielle.
Yeah, thank you very
so
much.
much.
It's
That was
very
really
good.
good.
Thank you.
Danielle found that class tough, and so did I actually. She went a bit hard on us today. That's fine. So we're gonna do the ice bath now.
Are you not coming in?
I'm going into the other one.
Go with you, come on.
Daniel's struggling. Right, 1 minute. I'll try to do 2, Daniel.
I'm done.
It's been a long day. We had to get a grab bike home. Daniel's bike is still broken.
I'm just not gonna touch that till the morning. I'm too tired.
Yeah. How was your 2 days of Pilates anyways?
My 2 days of Pilates have been good, and I'm going to try and do it every 2 weeks from now on. I apologise to everyone that does Pilates because I always used to say to Julie that they're easy, and I was wrong.
It's so hard. I've never done anything like that before. You use muscles that you don't normally use.
Yeah.
And like it'll benefit you in the long run, I think, just exercising them. Being flexible and fit.
It's the resistance, and then when you're holding up for long, your muscle tires. That's the thing. But when I do workouts, it's explosive. So that's the difference, I think. Like my legs were in bits today. I found that class harder now today than the one yesterday. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm absolutely wrecked. And yeah,
I'm
thanks
so
for watching.
tired.
Hope you enjoyed.
Hope you enjoyed Daniel's struggle.
I didn't struggle.
You know what we should do in the next vlog?
What?
I should do your stuff.
You can do
Your
whatever you want.
boxing classes. Daniel normally does boxing classes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How about that?
And we spar each other. I'd love that.
I've done that too.
Good luck.
Bye bye.